everyone, Krispy Kreme Day! it's mail time with myself and Ads. Ads, how you doing, buddy?
I'm very good. It's Friday again. It's not the middle of the week. It's Friday. How good is that?
It is Friday. And everyone's probably wondering why we're doing mail time on a Friday, which is unusual unless we have a special guest that needs to be a Friday. And it's because of these lovely TV snacks that we thought weren't going to turn up. No, wait, that's the wrong one. It's because of this lovely box of Cork Kings that we thought was actually going to turn up today. But thanks to Cherry Collectibles, they actually turned up on Wednesday, which is really fucking ironic.
How good is it? It's Friday. You've had them. You've had them in your hot little hand and resisted the urge to break them.
It's been a fucking struggle. I'm not gonna lie, it has been a struggle. It's been a time.
You're a better man than I tell you what, I would have already I would have ripped it and had another pack on order.
Now
no, I have a problem though.
I was gonna wear my Lakers six-time championship hat, but it obviously doesn't fit the headset. Just because I wanted to make a joke about how the Lakers are absolutely gonna lose against the Nets once the Nets make it. But that
it's not going to happen. They're going to choke before then.
Exactly. But we do have some news to talk about today, don't we?
We do.
Let me just back out of other applications. There we go. Right. Okay, so I guess the first thing that we should cover is that Panini are raising their retail prices by 50% in order to apparently try and stop flippers. So a retail box going for $20 will now go for $25, $30. Wait, 50%. Yeah, $30. Right.
Like this is going to become a regular segment. This is going to become seriously, Panini. What the fuck are you doing? Like I think
Panini,
that's
what the fuck are you doing? Don't you know how to run a company after 100 years?
I think we briefly touched on this by message through the week, and we're in agreement here that if Panini just go down the upper deck of the early 90s route and overprint the shit out of everything, and just put unnumbered inserts in, the kids will start collecting.
Well, it's the thing is, it's not even the kids, right? Like that's the whole problem I have with this thing is like, won't you think of the children don't care.
Think of the children.
My kid and his siblings do not collect basketball cards, don't collect cards at all. It's not kids who are collecting the fucking cards. It's not kids who are buying boxes at like 500 times retail of flippers. It's us.
This is also true.
Because we can't get hobby, because hobby's too expensive. Because buying a fucking box of Cork Kings is $600 for 10 cards and 3 of them are base.
Exactly.
It's bullshit. Bullshit.
It's ridiculous. And this is the thing. I suppose it's not the kids because, geez, the kids aren't going to get pocket money to start with to this value.
Exactly.
The dads of the world want to be able to go out down to the local newsagent and buy a packet of basketball cards for their kids.
Yep.
And probably buy a handful for themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's be real.
If your kid is getting pocket money and can afford a Prism Blaster box at $250 every fucking fortnight, then I've got to question how much money you got, because you've clearly got more fucking money than sense. Like, straight up, right? Yeah. Like, that is the first thing that we need to discuss is, like, if you've got that much money, you have a problem. What are you doing with all of that money? What are you doing? Because if you're flashing it on Prism, like, and you're not using it as a content creator, because I don't want to give content creators the wrong idea here. Like, yeah, we are going to pay that much for fucking Prism because we want to make content, and that's the only way we can get boxes, and it's fucked. But, you know, we can't buy a Prism hobby box for $2,500. That is fucking stupid. And the one thing, like I was saying about this, is that Cork Kings hobby boxes used to be like $150, $200. And these are $600. This doesn't even have $150 to $200 in it with the cards that it's contained. Nowhere near the value. This is the problem with the expected value, not even on return. Because you know as soon as you buy a new car, that new car is no longer worth $30,000, right? it's worth $25,000 because if
Yep.
depreciation starts straight away. With a box of cards, that no longer happens. It used to happen. There was a time where you could spend $150 on a box, and you're like, sweet, I know I have $100 roughly worth of cards. That's cool. I'm fine
Gonna
with
get
that.
something back for it, yeah.
And now it's like, I'm gonna risk $600 to $1,000 on a box and maybe get $50 worth of cards if I'm lucky. Does not make sense. So,
Correct.
I made a post on the Cherry group, which has long since been deleted because people are fuckwits. And it basically said, like, stick all of the expensive shit in hobby, right? Print more hobby so that the price of that expensive shit comes down a bit, right? So that, you know, a Court King's box, hobby box is $400, which is much more manageable than $600, right?
Mm-hmm.
Take all of the expensive shit out of basic retail, right? Overprint it. No numbered shit. Like, having parallels is cool, but having the odd treasure hit like you used to. And for people who don't remember the 90s, there were 2 types of boxes. Well, actually 3. We'll talk about the 3 types because flair. So you had things like Flair Ultra, right? So Flair was the base retail. Flair Ultra was the semi-hobby box, right? Then you had particular sets that were a hobby set. Okay, so they couldn't be bought at retail. They could only be bought at a hobby shop. And they had special inserts which were really fucking cool. Like Storm Kings, actually, I think was a hobby box, right?
Yep.
Then what you had was your upper class boxes, right? They were considered to be for your semi whales because at this time in the 90s, there were no whale boxes. So you had Flair. So Flair was a very thick cardstock, about 180 point from memory. 180? Yeah, I think they were 180
It was a lot better quality than the hoops and the upper deck stuff.
That's right. They were cut almost perfectly every time.
Mm-hmm.
They were basically like 5 cards stuck together as one card, and the printing on them was immaculate. You rarely came across any printing issues in that particular box because it wasn't a box for the regular person, right? Topps did their own version, which was the chrome cards when they came out with like refractors and all that sort of stuff, because to them that was their extreme set. That was their whale set. That was their set where a booster pack, a pack of cards would cost you $10. So
yeah, I was going to say let's contextualize this for everybody. The whales had to spend $10 to $15 on a pack of cards.
Exactly, and even by the time they got to Australia, I think we were paying $15 to $20 per pack.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it was never over $20. Like you weren't having like $100 fucking booster packs
or $600
booster
blasters.
packs. Yeah. And that's one of the things. When the hobby was in a lull, shit was real cheap. It was real cheap. But
of course,
look at the card companies. They survived. Do you want to know how they survived? Because people still bought enough for those companies not to go under. You might want to think about that because they were overprinting product and they still survived. Now, if you look at Upper Deck, if you look at Flair, if you look at Topps, they were all diversifying. Topps had Star Wars, Garbage Pail Kids, and a whole heap of other things. Then you had Flair were printing Marvel stuff. And then you had Upper Deck, which was printing, I think at that time, NHL, NFL, NBA, and comic properties as well. I think they also did one of the Baywatch sets. I might be wrong on that, but they were doing like non-sport stuff as well because it was a way to.
They started wading into non-sports, and then they screwed the pooch. But that's a different story.
Yeah, that's a different story. Exactly. And that wasn't just an overpopulation of cards. It was doing it in such a fashion that even the hobby cards were overpopulated, and that's where the problem came. I had a discussion with somebody where they were like, well, if we overprint hobby, it'll make hobby worthless. No, that's not correct at all. Because if you are overprinting hobby, you still have grail cards. It doesn't mean you're going to have more of those grail cards. It means that
Yeah, that's true.
what you're printing into the hobby stuff, you can make it all numbered. You can make it all rare. You know, you don't have to do this like, well, here's your red T-Mall laser versus your English red laser to 99. You know, you don't fucking need to do that at all. You know, your diversity is still going to be there in the cards, even if you pump up your hobby to make sure that the hobby is cheaper. Even if you find a way just to make the hobby cheaper for everyone involved, it's a win-win for Panini. It's a win-win for content creators, obviously. It's a win-win for breakers, because that means that people can then do their breaks cheaper, which is amazing because that helps everyone. That helps everyone get involved. But speaking of Panini and weird decisions, Adam, do you like Funko Pops?
Funko Pops. Don't mind myself a Funko Pop. I've got a few pop vinyls around the house.
Same. However, I don't think I've ever been. You know, I probably would if he was one. If he was one, maybe. But I don't think I've ever been tempted to go out and buy a sports Funko Pop. In saying that,
I have a pop vinyl that Kobe Bryant.
I was going to say, in saying that, if you got a Kobe, you know, if you find a Kobe, you're likely just to buy it because it's the Mamba.
Correct.
But so Panini have basically let the pooch out on the porch. And I want to say it without saying the word poo, but I really want to say letting the poo out on the porch. And they have partnered with Funko Pop, and they're going to be putting out a Prism-based Funko Pop, starting with, I believe, NBA and NFL, but moving to other sports with other tied-in jumbo cards as well. Now, the particular thing of note here is that they have not said anything about special limited editions. There will be. I know people in Funko Pop. I've talked to them. And they've already said that Panini's been talking about doing variants for like special shows and stuff like that. So expect that to happen. Do we even care about this?
No, I think the simple answer here is no.
Do we even have anything that we can hold a box topper style card in these days? Does anyone even print anything that can protect that card, or are we just gonna have to leave the pop sealed if we want to protect the fucking card?
Sealed with in one of those plastic cases. Oh my god, what are they doing?
I don't think anyone knows what they're doing.
Stop drawing your ideas out of the dumb idea bin, Panini. Stop it.
Just dunking it. Just dunking it in the milk.
The other suggestions basket is where they need to be taking their tips from.
Exactly. I'm just going to bring up my notes.
I'm lost for words. I'm actually lost for words. Panini, you guys need help. You guys, like, enough's enough. We get it. A joke's a joke. It's funny. We got it. We had a chuckle. Yeah, get back on the horse.
I didn't have a chuckle. I just looked at them and go and said, "Why are you such a chuckle fuck?"
Yeah, exactly right. It's just I can't even. No. Fix the hobby. Stop releasing random shit.
Yeah. That's one of the things that I was interested in. I'm like, instead of fixing what you're doing, instead you're just gonna like make Funko Pops, and we still can't get our hands on cards. So you know, you're gonna have this like massively overprinted
you want
Funko
cards?
Pops.
You have to mortgage a house to get cards, but we've got Funko Pops for you.
Yeah, exactly. Last bit of news. Something a little bit close to home, I guess. So Shopify have been terminating accounts and closing websites based on gambling.
I remember we touched on this last time. I'm still confused.
So basically what's happening is Shopify believe, without merit, mind you, believe that a blanket rule for them is that all group breaks constitute gambling, which technically they're right, really, but so is opening a fucking booster pack. So is opening a box. But they believe that all group breaks are technically gambling, so they don't want businesses like mine running. Thanks, Shopify. Thanks. So a whole bunch of Pokemon sites got shut down this week because of that. And Shopify basically went, if you use our selling platform, then you need to not be doing group breaks. However, if you use your own checkout system, then you're fine to have your site up. But Shopify, aren't we on Shopify so we can use all of your services because it makes shit easy? Like, what's going to stop me from just going somewhere else, setting up a website, and then setting up my own checkout system? Just saying.
Have they gone into partnership with Panini? Is Panini feeding them suggestions? What is going on in the world?
The breakers. Panini absolutely fucking love the breakers. That's the thing.
I don't know. The world is actually just going crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Like, everybody gambles in some way, shape, or form, and every time there's something that's constituted as gambling, somebody finds a way to say this is not gambling. So just breakers are doing what they do. Let them do it. It's far out. I don't know. What is the world coming to? That's where my head's at right now.
Yeah. About to bust. Just messaging a friend who wanted to see me open the box. All right.
Blink and you'll miss it. Because it's
10 cards, man.
It's 10 cards.
Fucking 10 cards. Okay, so the configuration of this box is it is 10 cards. There is, I believe, 3 base cards and the rest are hits. There is 2 rookie cards right at the back. There's usually a level 1 right at the back and then a level 2, 3, or 4. There is also the chance at first steps, inserts, maestro inserts, all sorts of, it doesn't even matter. Let's just fucking open it.
What are we going to what are we looking for? What's gonna make this worth the purchase price?
A LaMelo Ball auto or a LaMelo Ball limited rookie?
Is there anything that's not LaMelo Ball in this box that could actually save the day?
Let's see. Michael Jordan's signed to Upper Deck, so that's a no. Kobe Bryant is dead and hasn't signed anything in this box, so no. The rookie class is all pretty... I mean, I don't think they're bad, but a lot of people seem to think that they are pretty bad, so no. No?
Well...
I mean, I guess...
Let's cross everything and hope we get a LaMelo.
I guess if there's like a LeBron auto... I mean, I don't know if LeBron has autos in this, but I don't think so, because I think that LeBron is also on Upper Deck.
On Upper Deck.
So, there's that. Let me just cross...
We're pretty much screwed, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Thanks, Panini.
New Age trading cards. Alright, so that is the back. Jeez, that was hard to open. But I'll tell you that the design on all of this is great. Like, for a base card, look at that. Look at that for a base card.
I have to give Corking credit where credit's due. They do a pretty damn sweet base.
Yes. Right, so what have we got here? We've got a Stephen Curry base. Ooh. Oh, they are sticky. We have Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
We've got Anthony Davis. So 3 really good base cards, to be honest. Our first hit of the box is Marvin Bagley. Let's see that card.
Marvin Bagley.
Yeah.
I feel like the AD card was more valuable. But
yeah, well, this isn't going to make it
ragging on Marvin Bagley.
This isn't going to make it any better.
Oh no.
AJ Hampton. Actually, that's That's not bad, actually. Is it numbered? It is to 75. Heir apparent.
Nice.
Actually, not terrible, but it's not $600 good. Here is a Maestros of the man, the myth, the legend. Doing really well lately, isn't he?
Yeah, and John's been doing.
I mean,
Actually,
that's
they're
actually not a bad hit, to be honest. Here is a works in progress of Jalen Smith. Not somebody you really want to see. I'm gonna hang on. I'm just gonna quickly take these off so I can switch those around, because they should be different rookie numbers, I believe. Unless we get fucked, which we will, I'm sure.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, we did. Alright, cool. So, that's not numbered. That's fine. RJ Hampton is our level... What level is that? Rookies 2? Really hard to see there, but I think that says Rookies 2. So that's our Rookies 2. Funnily enough, we actually got 2 rookies instead of 1. So, nice. I mean, sure, okay.
Bonus.
Well, I mean, not really. Zeke Naji, who doesn't matter, and Josh Green, who doesn't matter.
Yeah, it was like who and who?
Yeah, pretty much. So I mean, they look cool, don't get me wrong. But I mean, it's not numbered or anything, it's just a level 2 rookie. Not even a level 3 or a level 4. No LaMelo Ball. So, you know, that's always going to be a strike against.
Court Kings, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Well, it's not Court Kings, I guess. I guess it's Panini.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
You know what I mean? Like at $100 a crack, that's fine.
Yeah, at $100 or $150, or even like $200, this would be a fine box. But at $600, like
600, yeah.
So
yeah, that's rough.
So there's the hit of our $600 box, and it's not often that I get to do something like this. But I mean, I guess that's what Afterpay's for, right?
Yeah, it's I don't know, if you go back and you think about the 90s and you go $600, can you imagine how much product you would have bought for $600?
Oh, dude, you get like 5 boxes easy.
It'd be it'd be a 4-hour show, and we'd just be cracking pack after pack.
To go back to those times, I would love it.
Take note, Panini. People like opening product. Doesn't have to have the good stuff in every pack. Just give us cardboard to play with.
Mm-hmm. Hose. I've joined at the right time. The designs are great, Goose. Zachary says, I've joined at the right time. Going to start an RJ PC now to complement the Carson PC? I would, except the other RJ I sold for like $60. The Hoops one that I got. So, you know, I mean, I would absolutely love to. I'm unfortunately not going to. Yes. Somebody asked me to play PUBG. Wow. So that was exactly what I was expecting. I've actually been watching Court Kings breaks all week. Well, I guess the last half of the week, thanks to Cherry, where I was in a 16-box break that I bought into ages ago, and it was random team, and I got Cavs, so I've got some Isaac Okoro stuff coming in that I guess is just going to sit around in some top loaders in a
limbo.
Box. Yeah, pretty much until he plays good. I mean, he's not playing bad, but he's just not worth anything.
Gets traded to a good team, breaks out, does something that
yeah, pretty much. I mean, at least RJ Hampton has like a pretty strong following at the moment, so I mean that's good, but at the same time, meh. But it's horrible when you go like, you really have to hit like an order of one of the 3 big rookies, and a low numbered one at that, to even recover like a decent chunk of the money you've paid for a box, you know, where like
that makes little to no sense to me.
Yeah, exactly. Where like, you know, the Art Nouveau is like Not even numbered. It's not even to like 199. And these have been coming out like banged up and fucked up and chewed up. This one's not, but I mean, it's Marvin Bagley. No one gives a shit about Marvin Bagley. Like, why is Marvin Bagley even an insert? Like, literally no one cares. Like, when was the last time Marvin Bagley came up in the news, like, you know, being good? Oh, that I didn't notice that. The Anthony Davis.
Not the last time. Has there actually been a time that Marvin Bagley has come up in the news?
Yeah, exactly. I didn't realize, but the Anthony Davis is 148 of 149. It's actually a ruby.
Oh, really?
A ruby base.
So my joke there about the AD being worth more than the Bagley
is correct.
Might not be untrue.
No, it's absolutely correct, and that is really super depressing.
Yes, it is.
But really, people probably ask me, well, why did you buy this then? Well, I bought it because I PC Killian Hayes, and all I want is Killian Hayes. Like, that's all I wanted. I wanted to hit Killian Hayes, and I just can't for the life of me, no matter what I do in breaks, I cannot hit Killian Hayes. And then everyone has been buying Pistons before I can get them in most breaks, and it's just like making me so angry. But I guess we should get to the mail time side of mail, so that we can wrap the stream up with
speaking of Killian Hayes.
Yeah, well, I don't know if there's actually any in here, to be honest.
We're not going to pass 100 hoops base.
I will probably eventually. I mean, people keep giving them to me, but yeah, probably not this week. All right, so this was a break with Cherry. This was a Topps Heritage and a Topps Tier 1? Or a Heritage, yeah. So, out of the Heritage, we got one rookie, which is cool. Got some guys that I don't care about, because I don't really care. It's weird because I'm going in other breaks just because I can. So we got...
it's an addiction. It's an addiction.
Exactly. We got a chrome of Rushman and Westberg. So they were pretty cool hits, apparently. Not worth anything, really. But cool nonetheless. I'll take it. Tier 1 is an interesting one because I think it's like 3 cards. So very rarely you're going to hit something. And Grayson's Magic Hands happen to hit this for me, which is actually a on-card rookie auto to 300 of Shane McClanahan.
Nice.
I mean, it's a picture. It's not going to be worth shit. No one cares about pitchers, do they? They only care about hitters. Isn't that how it goes?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
I don't know. I have no idea when it comes to baseball. I actually have no idea.
Neither. Let me just make
It's a rookie. It's a rookie. He could do something good.
All right. So that is that, and that is that. Okay, great. Okay. So this will actually be some Killian, I think. Don't know why this is in here, but whatever. So we got a base rated rookie Killian from Donruss, which is cool. And another base Prism. Just a base. This I got in a I don't know what you want to call it, but like a Raz break thingy. Wasn't a Raz, wasn't quite a break. It was like mystery envelopes. Unfortunately, the corners on this are all fucked up and chewed. I've told Floyd, and Floyd says he's gonna dig me out some Larry Johnson and send it my way. Because otherwise this would have been a great rookie.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah, it would have been. Like, really great. Except the corners are all chewed. So, I mean, I'll probably still send it to get graded, even if it gets like a 7. Just because I'm sure somebody will want it. This is interesting. This just like came loose for no other reason other than to just like cushion something else that I bought that wasn't this. Oh, it was that, yeah. And this was chucked in as well for some reason. Kevin Durant. I think it's a subtle joke about how I always complain about Kevin Durant only having one pose, but in one of the new sets, I think in Court Kings, he actually has a new pose. So, whoops. So, okay, sure. I care about Kevin Durant, but this is the one thing that I did want this week from Mail Time. other than the cunt we discussed before that I have his mobile number and address about the Court King's Carson Edwards. Not to talk
Carson
drama,
Edwards.
Yeah, another one of my boy. I didn't actually have this one, so when it got offered to me, I just took it. I was just like, "Yeah, I'll buy it." Like, do you want to know how much? I'm like, just like send me a total, and like
Nice.
I'll pay on payday. He's like, "Yeah, sure." Like, all right, cool. I think it was like $25. Not unexpected, but not terribly expensive. Generally speaking, autos of Carson do go for around the $20 mark.
Nice.
Because he does pick up points here and there. He gets a little bit of play.
Yeah.
But when they let him open on court, he opens so well. That's just something that we'll be waiting for a while, but it will happen eventually. And that was my week with mail. So nothing terribly exciting this week, and next week is probably going to be even less so because, you know, what am I doing?
Well, we've got the NBA playoffs to keep everybody excited.
Exactly. And yeah, I mean, there's still some stuff to come. I'm in a break next week with Cherry that is.
But yeah, I don't know. I've been tempted to go into breaks.
I'm surprised you haven't. I'm really surprised you haven't. But I mean, that being the case, look at me. I've gone all robot again. Father, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Gone robot-y.
I have gone robot-y. I'm looking at it now. I'm like looking at it as the internet is crashing on my phone, as it likes to do.
There we go.
Right, it's back. Yeah, no, I'm surprised you haven't gone in any breaks yet, but oh, it's gone again.
There we go.
Motherfucker.
I went in one a little while back, and I've got my LaMelo on its way. So,
what did you crack?
Yes, I haven't been in one since.
Was it just like a base LaMelo from a set, or
just a base Prism? Yeah,
a base Prism, just a base Prism, just like $130 card. You know, don't worry about it, mate.
Yeah, something like that.
Then again, looking, knowing what's in your collection, I'm like, oh yeah, actually that makes sense that you go. It's just a base Prism.
It's just a base Prism. Like,
you've got a graded Kobe that's worth like more than my entire collection, so that's awkward.
Well, now that I'm actually thinking about looking through my other bits and pieces, because I do I did used to PC the Sixth Man of the Year, so I do have some rookies of Jordan Clarkson and Julius Randle.
God,
who's going to be most improved? I've got a few RPAs of Randle and a couple of one-on-one rookies. So now he's apparently maybe he might be worth something to somebody.
Yeah, well,
some crazy New York fan.
I think that next month some of my 90s Magic Johnsons come back from grading, and my Kawhi Leonard rookie, I'm pretty sure, my past and present. So
nice.
Interesting to see what those grades come back as. And
very
then
nice.
The month after, we have stuff coming back from HGA. So that'll also make for an interesting video.
Yes, we'll be able to sort of check it out and see how they've gone.
Yeah, exactly. And I didn't send anything like flash hot, like shit hot to them, but I mean, I guess depending on how you want to look at it, there's a Tyrese Halliburton red back from Hoops that, you know, is going to be worth at least something, but probably next to nothing. And just some other stuff as well. That's the problem with the card market as it is at the moment as well, is that like by the time you send something for grading and by the time you get it back, the market has changed drastically. Like all those Jordans that I sent through to PSA, those base Jordans are going to come back, and they're all like, you know, 90s hoops, you know, like really early 90s. So like 91, 92 hoops and upper deck and stuff. So, you know, not terrible stuff, but stuff that's like crashed down to $80 from, you know, the $140, $150 that they were. They've lost so much value in 12 months that it's just like a complete fucking waste. Like a complete waste of grading money, a complete waste of setting them in to get graded.
And this is the problem with the grading system. I understand there's a lot of investors that are just smashing the market as far as getting stuff graded, but I mean, what do you do? Like 12 months to get something back, or 8 months to get something back.
Yeah, exactly.
Insane.
It just doesn't make any sense either, because it's just like you don't have a choice. Like, you can try and sell the card raw, and let's say right now it's a card that's worth, let's say $60 raw, you know, and yet it's like $300 graded, right? As opposed to getting it graded and then waiting for 12 months for it to come back, and then by the time it comes back, oh yeah, sorry, now it's worth like, you know, $50 graded. Just like, well, what did I do with all my time? Yeah, sorry, buddy. Too bad.
And that, I guess that's why you've got to be very, very picky with what you get graded. It's these rookies that what do you take the risk? Do you go, this rookie could get injured and never play another game in the NBA in the 12 months it's going to take me to get this card graded?
Yeah, exactly.
Or you could be, or I mean, you've got your safe bets. You send off a Kobe, it's still a Kobe.
Exactly. That's one of the things that I keep saying to people is like, and not just like something basic, right? I keep saying to people like, if you are in the market to buy a card, right? Buy yourself a Kobe Bryant rookie, right? Find the least expensive Kobe Bryant rookie, which I think is the one where he has his arm in a cast still, or the Z-Force. The Z-Force will set you back. I just sold one recently for, I think, $90 approximately. And you can pick them up between $90 and $140. Don't buy it off eBay, please. Like, just be real careful about that, considering, you know, you can't really tell from photos unless you ask them for like close-up magnifying glass of you know, pictures of cards. But when you're buying, be real careful. But also buy to grade, or buy graded really. But you know, if you've got the money. But if you don't and you want to invest in something, find something really fucking cool to grade, right? Like the $600 that I spent on this Court Kings box, I could have bought a graded, you know, baseline rookie of, well, actually, let's say I could have probably bought a baseline graded rookie of LeBron James, like a PSA 9 at the time, right? Instead of buying this box. And then over time, it's going to ebb and flow. And, you know, the market could crash and it could be worth nothing, which this box is. Or in time, he wins another championship. Lol, no, they're not going to beat the Nets. He wins another championship.
The title. You know this is happening. The Lakers are so winning this year.
I remain to be seen. Remain to be seen.
Phoenix are in trouble. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh yeah, Phoenix are fucked. Look, I tell you what. If Nets win, you owe me a cider, and
done.
And if Lakers win,
and when the Lakers
I owe
win,
you whatever you drink.
Done.
I'm assuming a beer. we'll do
can't have a beer. Can't have a beer. It had to be a scotch.
Oh, well, there we go. Oh, just make it scotch. That's fine. Scotch all around.
Done.
Makes it easy. And that could be our ritual this year. We can get together and have a drink and live stream us drinking in a pub somewhere.
I was going to say we have to be careful on that at the moment. And this is probably the reason we're not up in Sydney this week. Is because we're in lockdown again.
Yeah.
Doesn't it suck to live in Melbourne sometimes?
I mean, it does, and I want to make it plainly obvious to people that this is not the fault of Dan Andrews. So if you say it is, you can fuck right off. And number one, he's not actually in power at the moment because he's been off with like a broken back because he's an old man and he fell and broke himself. But more to the fucking point is the fact that humans can't be fucking trusted. Humans can't be fucking trusted. It's not the government want to keep you down. It's not the man wanting to keep you indoors. The man wants you outdoors so that you can spend fucking money. It's because your brethren can't fucking control their own urges to go out and spread their disease to other people. So you can fuck
I also think it's the people as a general rule don't like being told what to do. If everybody is told to stay inside to keep safe, everyone's like, fuck you, we're going to go outside because it's our God-given right.
Yeah, hey everyone. This isn't the situation where you take Rage Against the Machine literally. That's not how this works. We're not in the Matrix. This isn't your Rage Against the Machine's lead singer. This is not a case of the government is trying to put trackers in you because they're injecting you with a fucking vaccine. If you have a mobile phone, they can already fucking track you, and there ain't shit you can fucking do about it. Look it up.
They've already listened to all of your conversations.
Yeah.
Definitely not interested in you.
And they were caught out doing so.
And cannot be bothered.
Yeah, they were caught out doing so like 4 years ago. So stop it. Like, quit being paranoid. Take the vaccine if you can get it. Keep indoors. Stick to the rules. Wear a fucking mask and shut the fuck up.
Stay safe and make sure you don't kill anybody else. Simple as that.
Exactly. And I think that closes us out. Ads, thank you very much for coming on.
Pleasure as always.
I mean, you say that. Do you have anything you need to plug?
I love Fridays.
Fridays are so good.
Yeah, Instagram, Twitter, catch me at ADZ, or is it Z in Australia? I don't know. ADZ7281 is my handle on both.
But that's fine because our
YouTube as well
is partially American, so it doesn't matter. For myself, you can find me at Chesh Breaks everywhere, including the eBay. This stream, of course, is brought to you by cheshbreaks.com.au and I guess Guff to some loose degree. I mean, technically not. They didn't pay for anything. This was all me. So this is brought to you by cheshbreaks.com.au. More graded cards will go up as soon as we receive them. There's not much stock on the website at the moment. We're kind of a bit tapped out at the moment and not liquid because the market's been down. So singles aren't doing as well as we would hope. But obviously there's about to be some more singles listed on eBay in the next like 2 days or something. Because this box was fucking shit. Thanks, Panini.
Yeah, they've done a job. They've done a job. And until next week, where we complain about Panini's rubbish marketing tactics.
Yep. We'll see what happens next week. Bye, everyone.
See you guys.